Hey, I'm Nick.
And I'm Allie.
And this is But Have You Tried from the David A. Howe Public Library. And we're launching into part 2 of our Unearthed Story extravaganza, this time focusing on Jurassic World, once again with special guest, Eric Mikols. All right. We knocked out the Jurassic Park trilogy onto Jurassic World, which Eric and I saw together.
Yeah, 14 years since the third one.
Wow.
Like, even, I remember being in college, Nick. It was probably like 2012. It was probably my last year.
Yeah.
And you had said something about like, oh, do you see they're making a new Jurassic Park movie? And I had just been through that ringer so long that I was like, I'm not going to believe it till I see a trailer. And even when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
I was kind of surprised by the gap between the last Jurassic Park movie and the first Jurassic World movie, because I feel like it was like not such a big gap that I would expect it to be like a kind of legacy revival situation, but not such a short gap that it would make sense to just be like, yep, and the next one. So I don't know. Like, I feel like that's like an interesting amount of time to put between the.
The third movie made a lot of money, not as much as the first two, and it was definitely like panned more than the other ones. And Crichton had kind of walked away from doing stuff with that, and it just kind of happened. Like, you know, in 2008, Crichton dies, and then Stan Winston had also died, who had made all the animatronics, and Spielberg, you know, he kind of like headed it up, even if he wasn't going to direct it. So, and he was busy doing a lot of other things. So, there were so many like different script treatments where like some were like the park's open again, or some were like we've genetically engineered dinosaurs and people to make super soldiers, and so there was a lot of like, what do we do with the franchise now? Spielberg's he gave Trevorrow only he says only 2 edicts. One was that the park had to be officially open, and 2, he wanted trained raptor,
which happened.
Which happened.
What did you think of Jurassic World?
I enjoyed it, but I definitely didn't think it was as good as the originals. Like, I do feel like that it felt more like, oh, fun action movie, and less like, oh, like, I don't know, impactful cinema.
Well, I think it does a lot of the things that like The Force Awakens does, where it sort of takes the beats of the original and like it's a very similar structurally, and it puts on like new trappings and stuff, which is kind of a smart way to reboot something because it is so familiar, but I feel like there's drawbacks there too.
Well, I feel like it was kind of smart that it's like some of the similar beats and like problems, but like escalated in a way that makes sense. Like, it makes sense that if someone was like, oh, I made dinosaurs alive again and I'm going to try and do a park and whatever, that goes poorly, obviously. And then later someone's like, okay, no, like we can get this under control. We can make it happen. Like, that makes sense. It makes sense that someone would want to go in, and it makes sense that maybe you could set up a park where that's actually working. It's safe enough. It's going okay. But that sooner or later there would be some escalation, and it would become a problem. So I feel like some of the like ideas of the first one of like, it's cool that we can make dinos, but maybe we shouldn't be able to do that. I feel like a lot of that like tension was also central to Jurassic World in a way that was effective. But the dinos did not look as good.
No, I don't really understand. They haven't looked as visually good since The Lost World.
Yeah.
Like, The Lost World, they still look peak.
Yeah, and like they weren't terrible, but like it was definitely like we've regressed with dino appearance.
It's weird. I can't explain it. It feels like that with like every kind of thing. Like, the more realistic they make it, the worse it looks in some ways, or the better the technology is. Because like, you can see when you watch the first one now and the T-Rex breaks out of the paddock, like you can see like, oh, okay, yes, that is a computer generated image on the screen, but it still like looks great. And then The Lost World, it also looks seamless. But then 3, they look very cartoony.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm trying to remember, like, I feel like going into Jurassic World, you were not jaded, but I feel like you were a little like, all right, let's see it. Let's see what you got. Come on. And right? I mean,
yeah. All right, so the new kid thinks he's got something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely think I was trepidatious.
Yeah.
And also because like the previews didn't like show too much. They were really big on like, there's this hybrid dinosaur and the park is working, but it didn't really, the stuff I like so much wasn't necessarily on show, but then I watched it and I loved it.
Sure.
And Jurassic Park is obviously still my favorite, and I'm never going to not love The Lost World. But Jurassic World kind of became like a feel-good movie for me for a little bit, where like I knew I was just going to go in and have fun and see things that are ridiculous, but I love. Like when the Velociraptor jumps on the T-Rex to use it as leverage to jump onto the Indominus Rex. Like, that's stupid. I think I told Nick this when, like, kind of quickly after we saw it. Jurassic World felt like somebody had watched me play with my Jurassic Park toys as a kid. They had like seen all the same stuff that I was doing, and so they were just like, let's just like toy box it. Like it doesn't matter. Like, all right, the hybrid dinosaur escapes, and now it's talking to pterodactyls, and the pterodactyls are attacking everybody, and now the raptor and the T-Rex are teaming up. Like you say it and it's silly, but like it's fun in its own way. So like I was almost feeling nostalgic for just like playing Jurassic Park as a kid with like all my action figures, even more so than like the bits where it's like, remember the movie? It's like, yeah, I remember the movie. I just watched it last week. But like, remember when you were a kid outside and your T-Rex was eating its action figures? It's like, yeah, let's go. That's funny. So I love the scene when the raptors like turn on the humans. Yeah. You know, they're like, they were trained, and then they like turn and they're like, uh-oh, and they escape. I love the bit where like you're seeing it through the vision, their goggles and everything, and you just see the raptors attacking. It felt very like Lost World for me.
Yeah, that was a really cool sequence.
The guy who the guy in Jurassic World who opens the doors like, we gotta get out of here, and then the raptor jumps on him and pulls him out. He's like, he was in the Lost World. Oh, he was one of the engine workers who did so obviously he got a promotion.
Yeah, I guess so yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I loved a lot about it.
It's very rewatchable too. I mean, it's kind of smart that because it feels pretty self-contained, and you know, it's like you can just go into it. So Allie hasn't seen the rest of them, so let's just like hit through them. Fallen Kingdom,
I think is directed very well and is interesting. It starts out like a Lost World retread, and during that part, like I wish that part had been longer, because the director and what they were doing there, like a lot of that stuff is really good, but it's very short. And then the rest of it is really a setup just to get dinosaurs off the island. Once and for all.
And it includes one of the saddest sad animal scenes in any movie I've ever seen.
Oh no.
It's horrible.
Yeah, Allie, as somebody who I just learned used to have a stuffed Brachiosaurus, you might have a hard time.
I don't think. Yeah,
that's
fair. You hadn't seen it, but you had a stuffed Brachiosaurus in your childhood. So when you watch Jurassic Park for the first time and you see that not only is the Brachiosaurus like the first dinosaur you see, but like it's also like the first nice dinosaur after the big attacks. Like, did it warm your heart?
Yeah, it did. It was pretty cool. Platypus. Like it got to the scene and
where you're like, "Where's Platypus? Where is Platypus? I'm sorry,
I still have him in my house somewhere." Oh. But like the like reaction that the characters were having in the Jeep when they're like, whoa, like I feel like that was also the reaction that I was having again, because the effects were so good, and it did kind of feel like I was like seeing a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Fallen Kingdom definitely goes in a weird direction. Like there's a pivot that happens and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes from like the Lost World to a haunted house movie.
Yeah, right.
And both are directed well, and the cinematography is great. But the second half, like, I'm not a fan of the genetic, like, hybrid stuff. So, like, they kind of lean more into that. And I don't know if it's because everybody complained about the assistant being attacked by a pterodactyl and then eaten by a mosasaur in Jurassic World. But
yeah, that was crazy. That was, like, such a, like...
I love it.
Can't catch a break.
Yeah.
I feel like it was surprising to me because, like, particularly in Jurassic Park and... I would say also the Lost World, like most of the people who die, especially if they die in some like terrible way, like did something wrong. With the exception of, I forget what his name is.
Eddie Carr, who gets torn in half by the T-Rexes.
I know. I was kind of surprised by that too, because so many of the other deaths are like, well, you know, I mean, they had it come, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised by the assistant death too for the same reason. I was like, I mean, she lost the kids, but that wasn't really her fault. Like,
no, but I think that's just not to dismiss some people's actual complaints, but like one, the actress asked for a crazy death like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
2, she's the first actress. She's the first woman to be eaten by dinosaurs in those movies as well. All the deaths were men prior. So I wonder if that was also kind of a bit of a shake for some people. But 3,
Maybe.
death comes from us all. Nobody deserves or doesn't deserve death, you know?
Well, no,
Like the dinosaurs aren't like, hold on, she has given her life to Christ. We can't attack her.
That's for sure true, but I feel like narratively, the way that the other deaths are set up implies that
it's just so fun, though. The pterodactyl's like, this one's mine, and the mosasaurus is like, mine. But part of me wonders if, like, the complaints about that led to Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom is set up to be like a bloodbath at a certain moment, and it just does not go that direction at all.
No.
And
I wonder. You're right. It's like it's got these two halves, and it has a real identity crisis. I feel like where it's like I don't think anybody knows what we want, but
that first or that like 5, I don't know how long it is. The T-Rex scene in the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, though. If I'm ever in a coma, just put that scene on loop with the guy in the rain being like, "What?" and you just see the lightning flashing, so you can see the T-Rex slowly lumbering, and then like chasing him. Oh my gosh, that looked great. I love the pace. I love anything that can remind me that like the T-Rex is like an unstoppable force of just like it might not seem like it's moving fast, but it doesn't matter because it is just moving. Okay, next was Dominion, which is Nick's favorite movie of all time.
Love it. So that brings back the original cast. Like the original trio is back in it with like the new gang, and it's weirdly about giant bugs.
Locusts.
Yeah, my husband was telling me about that a little bit. He was like, I think people were just disappointed because it's like you go to a Jurassic movie to see dinos.
Yeah, it's not about the dinosaurs. It's a different story set in a world with dinosaurs. And so it's just not when the dinosaur stuff happens, it's happening like if you were outside and a dog was off a leash, you know? And with the second one being like we're bringing the dinosaurs off the island. The third one really doesn't have fun with that idea at all. Because even the third act takes place in basically a mini Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So there was a short that came out between Fallen Kingdom and Dominion where this family are out camping. And I think it's a Torosaurus. It's a Triceratops-like dinosaur that just shows up at this campsite while people are in their camping trailers, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get inside and everything. It's so small." And then an Allosaurus shows up and attacks it, but then the full-grown Torosaurus shows up and defends the baby, and then the Allosaurus attacks the family that's inside their camper. And that like 5-minute short did like such a better job of like what would real life be like if there were just Allosauruses.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were also like all these little clips that they put out like afterwards as well. Like, oh, somebody's hiking and there's a velociraptor out there.
Right.
Somebody's driving and there's a stegosaurus on the road. And Dominion was just like, there's locusts and they're eating the grains.
Yeah.
Which Allie can't do. She can't have
I can't have grains
at all. So
okay.
Never worked.
I'm the opposite of a locust.
Yeah.
I think that doing something with big locusts.
A lot actually. Yeah, there's nothing like a locust, I tell people.
I think the big locusts could be a fun thing, but like it would have to be like in addition, you know, like a bonus. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it'd have to be like Jurassic World locust version. Like you have to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And I do also think it's crazy to not take advantage of the like dinosaurs out in the world. Like that again, the end Velociraptor, that whole sequence in San Diego is like, oh my gosh, there's like cars and the Tyrannosaurus is like getting in everyone's business and everything. And I feel like that in like a more iconic city location, you know what I mean? Like my husband got like velociraptors on the New York subway, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's it writes itself, you know?
Yeah, it does. Put Velociraptor in the New York in the subways.
I want to see that. I want to see that happen.
So Dominion does have a section in the movie that's like the most entertaining part for me anyways. It takes place in Malta, and it's like this dinosaur black market, but there are some Atrociraptors. And so you have Chris Pratt's character having to like drive through the Malta streets while being chased by these Atrociraptors. And so like that feels different. And that's kind of like, yes, this is what we want. Like at one point, an Allosaurus and a Carnotaurus both get out and a guy's just like walking or on his moped and he gets eaten. But it's also very like quick. Like for the Multis scene, they're like, okay, now to the Jurassic Park thing, which feels like a whole nother movie. It's so long. And Nick was saying Jurassic World felt like it did some of the similar beats. You said that too, Allie. But like Dominion is trying to do so much. Like, remember how Ellie had to flip the switch?
Yeah.
Remember how Malcolm had to shine the flare?
Yep.
Like, everything is done to be like a replicate of the first movie. And it's crazy because in interviews, Trevorrow was like, I'm just trying to stay away from Easter eggs as much as I can. And I'm like, you are insane.
Yeah, that's a full.
So
It's so
I
funny.
was really disappointed.
Inconsistent as a trilogy. It's like the experience of watching Jurassic World, and then you watch the next two, and it's like, what? That's a weird package, and I don't know if it was like a course correction or what they were thinking, but it's so wild to me to like have the crew back and just kind of whiff that movie. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Also, if I was going to do a Fast and Furious kind of thing where you're bringing in old people, I'm not just bringing in the original three. We're going to get Julianne Moore back.
Yeah.
We're going to get maybe an adult version of Eric from the third movie now, except he's played by a super cool, handsome guy that everybody loves.
Is this pitch? Is this your pitch to be?
This is my pitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
we're about the same age. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, just bring those people back. Allie, you're definitely too young for this, but there was a cartoon series based off a comic series, Xenozoic, but the cartoon was called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
I knew it.
And it's just in a world where people are kind of like rebuilding society and they have Cadillacs, but also the dinosaurs. I wanted after the dinosaurs got off the island, I'm like, do that. Have us have like crazy car chases with T-Rexes or, subway things. Like, that's the direction I want to go. And that is not the direction Dominion wanted to go at all.
I want to see a Brachiosaurus interacting with the Eiffel Tower. I need that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I don't
that
know.
wasn't a priority.
So this brings us to Rebirth, which is certainly not the rebirth of the franchise. Like, it's such a weird, like, it doesn't.
It's a weird title for it. Could just be called like Jurassic World, a different one.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, but I would put this squarely like in the same place that I would put Jurassic Park 3, and that it's like.
I mean, it's
here we go.
Yeah, it's
Here we go again.
It's like the Han Solo or Rogue One of the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, will any of what we just watched matter? Not that it needs to, because I don't go to Jurassic Park to see like, oh, what's it building to the next movie?
But don't you think a title like Rebirth implies that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that does seem potentially misleading.
Yeah. So Rebirth is annoying for some reasons because it also now backtracks on the dinosaurs are in the world, because now it's like, well, they're not. So never mind. They're now just kind of in isolated areas again.
That's why it's Rebirth, because they want to shift the status quo.
Yeah. They bring back hybrid stuff again, and I'm just like, I don't care about that.
There's a family on a boat, and as soon as we saw this family on the boat, I was like, oh no. And it was just that thing where the family just keeps showing up and being like, oh, I tripped into a pen with a dinosaur.
And that makes sense.
It's also kind of like Toothless. Like, there's two deaths that seem like, oh yeah, these are going to be deaths, and they're not. But the river raft scene is great. Like,
that's pretty good. Yeah.
The director is the guy that did Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
And he did that 2014 Godzilla film, so he like understands scale. Yeah. And so he's able to like make this T-Rex look big and scary. And like I said, that like it doesn't have to move fast to be scary. Like, this T-Rex almost seems like kind of like it's getting itself interested in eating. Like, it wakes up from its nap, starts drinking water, sees the people trying to get in the raft and get away, and it's just like, yeah, I could eat. As it like just slowly walks over. It's not like roaring insanely. It doesn't look angry. It's just like, sure. And I love it. But also that scene doesn't end great.
Yeah.
And the big scary thing they release looks so stupid.
Yeah.
The disastrous Rex.
It's a weird situation. I don't really understand what the goals were.
Plus, every press tour I had to watch ScarJo slum it with her derpy husband, so...
Shots fired at ScarJo's husband.
Or Colin Jost.
I do plan to watch this movie, but mostly because I want to see ScarJo and Johnny Bailey just mess around with dinosaurs. That sounds like fun to me.
It does.
Jonathan Bailey's pretty good. They have they try to have conversations like you're used to from the other movies about like, philosophy or humans' impact on the earth. And Bailey can like deliver it, and there's a scene with an Argentinosaurus that he acts very well in, but it all just kind of like why is he so excited to see a dinosaur? He's already seen dinosaurs.
Right.
Or why are we having this conversation? We've already had these it's very much a retread, and it's kind of like they were like, oh, we got to keep it going before, the plate cools.
All right. Well, Allie, now I need to know. You've seen 3 out of 7 of these films. You said you want to watch Rebirth. What do you think? Are you going to watch Jurassic Park 3? Or are you going to finish the Jurassic World trilogy? You're just going to do Rebirth? What do you think?
I might watch Jurassic Park 3. I don't know if I'm going to watch Jurassic World 2 and 3, though.
Okay.
I have not felt compelled by what I've heard about those.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying like I would never watch them. You know what I mean? If it was like, oh, may as well throw on a something.
But Caleb has
like,
seen them?
Caleb has seen them.
Okay.
And he says that he's like, the plots are so nonsensical, I can't even describe what happens in them. And I was like, oof.
Okay. So maybe 3,
Maybe 3,
definitely Rebirth.
Definitely Rebirth.
Allie, do you watch horror movies?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It's funny that you asked that, actually.
Oh,
You just said that thing about body horror, so I was like, oh, does that mean she still watches? Okay.
Uh-uh.
The actor from Fallen Kingdom was in a recent horror film, and he was very good in that, so anyway.
Okay.
The director of Fallen Kingdom was the same guy that directed A Monster Calls.
Okay.
Oh.
And he kind of has like a horror background, so that's why you kind of get a bit more horror-y callbacks in Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, you definitely see that. All right, so Allie's got more movies to watch. Eric, before we let you go, I have to put you on the spot with some quick rapid-fire questions that we've been asking senior staff this whole time. So I want to get your responses. So here they go. Number 1, what is your favorite dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Okay. Number 2, what is your favorite childhood dinosaur like TV show, movie? I assume I know the answer, but what is
it's probably going to be, I don't even remember what it was called. I got it from my school library. It was a dinosaur book. It was not shy on like showing blood where like the Triceratops hit the T-Rex, but it would be either that or the first time I watched the Fantasia segment.
Okay. All right.
Fantasia is good.
What was your favorite part about working the summer reading program when you were here?
I'm such a sucker for the prize. Like, I always felt like I picked out some really fun prizes.
Yeah.
So it was always like affirming to see like kids putting entries in for the prizes. I'm like, heck yeah, I picked that one.
Yeah.
So that was always a lot of fun.
Okay. And then in general, what was your favorite part about your 5 years here?
My 5 years there?
Yeah. Favorite part of the job?
Yeah, I loved building something from scratch.
Yeah.
I think. Not that there hadn't been children librarians there who had like brought the youths in and everything, but the idea of making a program specifically for teens, and like I would come up to Nick and be like, oh, who do I need to talk to about doing this? Who do I need to approve this? He's like, no one, you just do it. I'm like, okay, but like I have this idea, so who do I need to do this? And he's like, you. And like just the fact that I could, and one, there being nothing really to compare failures to was nice, but 2, it's just a lot of fun to like build something rather than like try to reshape something. So I don't envy like new children librarians.
Yeah.
And also like all the teens seemed just like really excited when we were doing that. So
well, and we keep hiring people, and they're like, I used to come to Eric's teen program, so I feel like half of the staff now.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that thing actually about asking Nick like who needs to approve it, and being like you, because I think it was sometime during the first year that I was working here, he was like, I just want you to know, because this was something that Eric experienced, if you want to know he needs to approve it or whatever, it is you. You're the one.
Yeah. I'd be like, right, but I need the money. And he'd be like, yeah, but you already have the budget. So now you can use the budget for whatever. I'm like, no, you're not understanding me, Nick. Somebody needs to approve this. I'll say it's probably easiest to boil down my favorite thing with one of the teens who had come to the teen anime club regularly after like 3 years. He was graduating high school and going off to college. He was like, well, thanks for giving me something to do every Wednesday for the past 3 years. And that was like, oh!
Yeah.
So I'll probably remember that to my grave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should.
No, that's definitely a cool thing.
So, yeah. Also, I really enjoyed buying anime that I wanted to watch, but do it under the guise of adding to the collection at the library.
Yeah.
That is a
so-
really good moment when I'll be like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
there's this gap in our collection that coincides with something I want to read or watch."
Finished a lot of series I was still stuck on with the library's help.
Yeah. Well, we also, you and I, like, there was no graphic novel collections here, and we just,
That
like,
was a lot of fun.
created them. And
Mhm.
you said the anime, and I have to admit, it's never been as good since you left because I just don't know what to buy. But the person
Yeah.
that I ask most of the time is Eric Baldwin, who's on maintenance here, who was one of your anime kid regular.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So I'm like, Eric, what do you think? And he'll like give me a list, and then I'll go and buy them. So
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Well, for years also, like teens will come in and they'll be like, "Wow, this is the best manga collection I've ever seen in any library," and I'm like, "Well, thanks. It's mostly due to Eric and not me. I added to it."
There was so much scrounging to get that. Like, hey,
Oh,
Nick, can we get like an extra $500? There was a lot of eBay. There was a lot of Bull Moose. There was that whole, I don't know if you still have it, but the one where they're playing like the game Go,
Yes.
that
Uh-huh,
was
yep.
free. I
That
got
was a
that
whole
from a,
grant, like a grant you got. Yeah.
yeah, that was like some Go in America was just giving out that manga. I was like, I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah.
anything.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, the manga collection is one of our most popular.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say, at this point, I mean, people are of course coming in checking out Big Armfuls, and
Uh-huh.
it seems like every
I
day
gotta, I
list.
gotta share this because I know you don't do it, but they just
I don't know.
changed it at my local library. It drives me insane. They're now shelving the manga by author, and I want to scream
Oh
because
no.
nobody does that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. That's crazy. You know, the person who's pulling the picks list and pulling all those mangas is Wilson, who is also one of your anime kids. He was more he was more playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards while anime was going on, but he was
Yeah,
definitely
no, I get it.
So yeah. Well, Eric, thank you for coming out of retirement here
Yeah.
for the library podcast.
Yeah.
Are
Are we talking X-Men next week or what?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I just did this interview with Brian Hildreth from the System, and he was looking back at some of the stuff, and he found a picture of you and I for something they did about the All the Book Show from 2015, and he was like, "You and Eric both look 11 years old in this picture." Like we weren't. I mean, I was like 32, and you must have been 29, something like.
I'm a lot grayer. I know I wasn't 30 yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yep.
30 yet. I turned 30 in 2016, and I
Yeah.
started there. I was 29.
Allie just surpassed your record. Because remember, you left like the day before your 5th anniversary, and you just passed your 5th anniversary. So,
Sure did.
Congratulations.
yep. So it's not a competition, but
Well, if
But
she's
I
trying to
think
copy
that-
me, she needs to move during a pandemic.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to avoid that actually.
yeah,
yeah.
No more pandemics and no moving. We can skip both parts of that.
yeah,
But I feel like surely you had like a leap year in there. So you can probably say it was 5
yeah.
years.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, we had a leak. Yeah, we had to.
Just the way you
after-
count
I'm
it.
good.
5 whole years.
No.
Yeah.
I was never able to get a Dungeons and Dragons anything off the ground. So
Well, now we can't stop.
Yeah.
We're up
Yeah.
to 4. We have
4 different
two
like,
teen, 2
teens,
adult.
2 adults. It's
Yeah.
like we have 2 maps and it's like each group gets one side of the map and it's like you better erase and redraw your
Yeah.
side because
I
there's not another side of the map.
I couldn't make it
available.
happen.
Yeah.
All I could do was listen to those kids talk about Yu-Gi-Oh cards and pretend like I cared or understood. That was it.
Classic.
I would have been begging them to play D&D.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
well-
but do you know that this Yu-Gi-Oh card does this and this? And like, shut up about Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's like here's the character sheet, just fill it out. Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
I mean, it started really small, and I honestly like when it started getting big. I was kind of surprised because it was so little for so long.
Yeah.
But now it's like I don't know. People just can't get enough.
Yeah.
They're like, why do we have to play every other week? Can we play every week? And I'm like, because there's another group
Yeah.
on your same day.
It's chaos.
It's chaos.
All right. Well, you can check out all of our Jurassic Park and Jurassic World things down on the But Have You Tried bookshelf. And the summer reading program is still going for a couple more weeks. So there's still plenty of time to sign up for all ages. You can catch Eric sometimes over in Previously on X-Men, or just go to his house, knock on his door.
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. Don't do that. Just listen to Previously on X-Men.
Yeah.
And we'll be back to talk about all the things we're reading and listening to, and that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Don't you ask Allie, has she tried for next week?
Yes. Sorry. There was so much Dino Rampage that I forgot how this podcast works.
I'm
Allie,
sorry.
I know that you like the Jurassic Park franchise, but
Sorry.
have you tried
Sorry.
Louis L'Amour?
You know, I have not.
Louis L'Amour. Okay.
But I do know what that is.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Classic Western author
Yeah.
Louis
Yeah,
L'Amour.
I've
Okay.
reshelved a lot of them here at
Okay.
the library.
Yeah. I enjoy a good Louis L'Amour. My favorite is Borden Chantry, and that's a little bit more of a mystery. I think that you would like that one. But
Okay.
I think just look at the ones, and if a plot speaks to you, then just pick the one. I would recommend Board and Chantry, but I'm going to leave it up to you to decide where you want to go. I'm also going to have you take a look at Louis L'Amour's poetry collection, just because I think it's weird and we should look at it and talk about it.
No, it's surprising to me, given the little I do know about Louis L'Amour, that that's a thing. So now I have
He's
to
a Renaissance
know.
man. He's a Renaissance man. He has like a sci-fi novel. He's got a few weird things where you're like, oh, okay. I guess Louis L'Amour was bored this week. But anyway.
Well.
Okay. So that's what we're going to try. So we're going to be back in 1 week to talk about all the things we're reading and watching. And Eric, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
And happy summer reading program, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.